We're there for a couple of weeks and thing, but we're here this Friday again. But you know, me ain't no long talking right now. I'm about to get to the music and then we get to the intro, right?
Chronics.
People, thank you for tuning in. This is Vybz Friday. This is your boy Gyalis Jay, the ones and trees. Let's start the easy cruise like this on a Friday.
They don't know. And I said they don't know. They see me smile, but they don't know what I feel inside.
Oh God!
Only you know, yeah. Only you know. They see me smile, but they don't know what I feel inside.
They see the dancing and they see performance. Enough people see me life and one.
But them don't know say more time it look diamond. And them not just say I'm me belly me a crawl pan. Oh, my mama just called me with tears in her eyes. She never know me at station tonight.
Share the light, people, share the light.
In my eyes, but me just a go and put on the show. Cause they don't know, yeah. They don't know,
boy.
They see me smile,
hey,
but they don't know what I feel inside.
Fix this, I'm lamp boy, I just kick it on.
Only you know. Only I know, God. They see me smile, but they don't know what I feel inside. In a the boiling sun, putting it on the street. Righteous music,
this nigga here, just grab a small body little something brown. Small body.
If you don't know hard life, then you don't know life yet. Because my papa just call me poverty, make him a screw. He never know, send me have an interview, but me still have to put on the show because they don't know, say they don't know, yeah.
Oh, what size?
They see me smile, but they don't know what I feel inside.
Grab another tequila, bro. I'll give you the cash when you get.
Only you know.
Yeah, Tito's.
Only you know.
What you need?
Yeah.
Tequila.
They see you smile, but they don't
that's
know.
not vodka. That's vodka. I need tequila. That's vodka. Tito's is vodka.
Yes,
I think what they got tequila again? The Espolon.
Don't make me cry.
Down with your Espolon.
What I feel inside.
Alright, respect. And when you get here, bro, like I said, the door open. You know, you see the truck that's going upstairs and
and I say, love me, make me ball. Love me, make me cry.
Nah, nigga, you can't call me. I'm gonna be live. Just walk in.
Only I know, yes, God. Yes. Only I know. Them say, Gyalis come on the stage, show and done it. Him and him bandsman friend, them bunny. But them never know, say I one shirt. Me have to wash it and me have to sun it. Them say me take the stage up. Them say me lyrics, them a flow. But them never know, say we have to work hard in a 6 feet of snow. They don't know. They don't know. They see me smile, but they don't know what I feel inside. Left and right, just so just a come. Left and right, bella, bella, bella. Ooh yeah, ah boy. And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I and I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Ay. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You know fi ask is who at the general issue in a warning. Job people them a ball, said them tired of mediocre. Evil a go fall when we tried in Ethiopia. Me leaving from down, cause them life not easy bout ya. Even Bantam says it's not an easy road. Occupation, occupy them motherland. Calling all soldiers to kind of tread along. From creation, he writing a job plan, but Granix can't do it alone. So I'm recruiting soldiers coming from near and far, righteous execution. Selassie works and the Rastafari truth. And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome comes the danger. Welcome the savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You know for axes who are the general issue in a warning board. Waving the banner red, green and gold. It is such an honor for season 4. Discovered on stones, on trees and scrolls. And even in the scrolls that Jesus told. Welcome. Just so just a come left and right. Ooh yeah. And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I start with crew, soldiers for Selassie army. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who are the general issue in a warning. Just people them a ball, say them tired of mediocre. Evil like a fall when we try in Ethiopia. Believing from down, cause them life not easy water. Even Bantan says it's not an easy road. Operation, occupy them at the land. Calling all soldiers to find each other love from creation. They writing a job plan, but chronics can't do it alone. So I'm recruiting soldiers coming from near and far. I choose executing. Selassie I works and the rest of all I choose. And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I'm gonna start the crew, so we just for Selassie I army. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who are the general issue in a warning, a warning, a warning, a warning.
Like I said, people, you're tuning into Vybz Friday. This is your boy Gyalis Jay. We're gonna play some smooth music right now. But watch your style, watch your style, watch your style.
See guys at work, sound for one if you're no if you're with me. Now go make them treat you like
Oh God, watching Vybz, Friday Vybz, go so. I know y'all used to us on a Friday getting buck wild and crazy. But you see tonight, we got musical royalty in the building, so we're gonna start smooth like this.
Step on this journey with your foot making bully but things for weakness. Negative thoughts and unpure to play with like a sickness. Now they use them off for eatless on every stall and most business. Helicopters are circle. Yeah, like our first bit. Unsolved mystery, my dog can't find picnic. Message in the music is the only way to fix it. I said work, sound for one if you're up if you're with me. Now go make them freak it up when I repeat the history. I said work, what am I gonna do when I come home? They know thy will always be done. My people rise. Remember now we're black and we're strong. And when we're one, this is when we'll overcome. Oh yes, we know why yes, see them are born, but we have come from far. From the ancestor, yes, I live from stars to the star. Oh, nobody is a new tap boss to the bar. And this and we're so sweet, it just like get so bizarre. Look good and then you might spot the stars. Some go bleach it out, now this I get too far. Them off worship possessions, house and car. No, me not go wrong because I'm me and the Jabbar. I say, what them I go do when Jack come? Don't they know thy will always be done? My people rise. Remember now we're back and we're strong. And when we're one, this is how we'll overcome. Oh yes, all the stars align. You still have you
Watch
on
this
my mind. You're here with me right now.
Somebody please tag Lila Ike right now.
Think about you all the time.
I heard you wrote this song for me, baby. I heard you wrote this song for me, baby. I hear it, I hear it, I hear it. Sing to me now.
I never imagined you and I would be rocking, would be jamming. I would never have imagined you and I would be rocking.
Yo, Kenny. Me did tell you one time I got to Jamaica, right? And we met Leela Ike, bro. I went to school with her, but once she became Leela Ike, I met her again. We met her at the passport office. And I was standing in a corner with my boy. Dwight was there. You know what she pulled up to me and said? You know what she said to me?
Won't you come over if you really feel it? Ask all your questions, yes, I really mean it. I spy that you see something in my life. Won't you come over if you really feel it? Ask all your questions, yes, I really mean it. But come and see you with your crew, just a woman that go true, and I can tell so you admire the realness. I can be looking at you, now you don't know what to do. Just relax and I go in, now you feel it. I'm on the bounce, just out the spliffing on the mode. You probably think that girl about the bet you love the drama. But I kinda like the vibe, so I guess I gonna come over if you really wanna. I spy that you see something you might like. Won't you come over?
Shania, baby, I see you early. Hey, wifey.
Really mean it. I spy that you see something you might like. Won't you come over if you really feel it? Ask all your questions, yes, I really mean it. Now I know just what you needed. When the love in your heart starts revealing, I for sure won't let that go. We can never really plan to look you, but to always see you move, you get me hooked. Then you go tell him, say me cook too. After that, he won't let me go. I spy that you see something you might like. Won't you come over if you really feel it? Ask all your questions, yes, I really mean it. I spy that you
Just like that, people. Just like that. Just like that.
Won't you come over if you
Smooth and steady like that.
Ask all your questions, yes, I really mean it.
We back here again. We back here again. It's another Friday, people. This is Vybz Friday. This is your boy Gyalis Jay. Well, we have Talman in the building here again. And we got a special guest in the building. My boy, my friend. You're gonna be a mentor now. He got so much knowledge to share with us.
Man, y'all family now, man.
Family, yeah.
Yeah, you got the label. Y'all family
Yeah.
now.
Mr. Andrew Bellavia. Bellavia.
Yeah, I want to hear him say that.
And, you know, and I corrected my brother
You
earlier.
gotta bounce. If it's Italian, you gotta bounce.
Yeah.
Bellavia. It's gotta bounce.
Yeah.
Bellavia.
Yes.
So like you making pizza.
I'm very proud of that.
That's fire, actually.
Yo, so like I said,
Oh, my Aunt Nancy made some killer pizza. It wasn't the kind you thought. It was Sicilian. The crust would be like a half-inch thick, and she'd paint on the sauce
It's
and
go-
the
oh,
cheese.
all right,
It
give me a
wasn't
second.
a big sensory experience, but it was part of the meal, if that makes sense. And it was
So,
a beautiful
okay.
thing.
So then,
Anyway, I didn't mean to
after
get off.
having... No, you good, because I'm curious about this. I'm curious about this pizza.
I'm not even paying attention.
When you had, when you said you grew up on that Sicilian pizza, which you had.
Well, I mean, I didn't grow. It was part of my life.
It was part of your life.
Yeah, it
All
was
right.
Aunt Nancy.
Is there any other pizza that you compare to it?
Made, maybe like those. No.
I was gonna say not the little box microwave one.
If it's a thick, only in terms of the make. I mean, Grandma and Nancy, they would make it, like not just defrost it. Okay, that was a different time.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
of course.
we need to go back to that time where bakers actually bake.
And not just
Instead of
throw it out.
defrost stuff.
Right.
I mean,
All right.
Duncan stopped being Duncan a long time ago. Anyway, I'm sorry.
well, you good. Let me get later. So, people, like I said, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
This is Vybz Friday, each and every Friday. Boy, Gyalis Jay, Dr. Sam in the building, Tall Man here, and our very special guest, Mr. Andrew Bellavia.
There you
Yes.
go. There you go.
Now you're in the
There you
family.
go.
All right, so we here, people. We rocking out. It's Friday. It's
Yes.
Friday. First and foremost, any events we want to shout out? Because the events last week was dope. Let me quick shout them
Tomorrow,
out.
Ignite
Yeah.
is going to be playing at MLK Park for the Juneteenth.
Yes.
Two-ish.
Ish.
It's fluid, it's a festival. Things can change, so come early and watch me put together my keyboard, or come late and miss a song. I don't know. The point is, 2-ish, we're going to play MLK Park. I'm honored. I've played that park before. I love it. I love Rochester. And then later in the day, we're going to play a show at Oneda Winery. It's down in...
I remember
you double booked up?
It's down in Canisius. The patron of that place has been a great patron of this band, and we love him. And we're going to go down and do a show at Oneda Winery.
That should be nice.
It's a 2-gig day, though.
Yeah, that's
so
That's how I say y'all double it up.
don't you even try to call me before 2 in the morning on Sunday. Don't even text 2 in the afternoon. I should have said 2 in the afternoon, because I'm sleeping in. A 2-gig day. That's a thing.
That's a nice day though, man. It's gotta feel good to be able to do something.
I love it.
To be booked to do something that you love to do.
Juneteenth, something I really, every Juneteenth concert we've ever played, I've loved being there. Right? Okay, and then go to play for somebody who's been a kind, wonderful person to us, and just a wonderful man.
That's what's up, man.
So that's again to Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Saturday.
2 o'clock or so.
Yeah.
We're at MLK Park, and around 5 or 6 o'clock, we're going to be at Oneda Winery in Canisius. And it's a scrappy, cool place, and they've been wonderful people to us. So I'm
And it's a
looking forward
winery,
to
so
it.
you know it's gonna be some wine there.
Yeah,
You know it's gonna be some wine there.
maybe.
Now,
I don't know.
also I gotta shout out Jolie, man. Always shouts out to Jolie, man. They got
every Friday night.
there, man. Every Friday night, every Saturday night,
Every day.
every Sunday night. They got
Jolie every day.
Tuesdays.
I don't know. Jolie every day.
Yeah, they got.
You ask me where to go, I say Jolie.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man.
But
Shouts out
also,
to them, man.
another Friday night party, you don't know, Mix It Up Friday, every Friday at De Mango. Well, all these fucking weird ass Spanish names, but it's pissing
Spanish
It's not pissing me off, it's just catching me off guard. But
It's not as hard as Bellavia.
yeah.
Where's the fish fry?
Oh,
fish fry.
we got first choice roofing fish fry tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought so.
tomorrow.
All right. Did they are they telling the location
I
or
believe
is
the location.
buy tickets?
I believe the location is at the same spot the first two was held.
Okay. All right.
Oh, the house before.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That shit goes down every year too, man. And they got the menu up. The menu
Yeah,
looks
one of the
crazy.
best fish fry for like,
Yeah, that's one of the biggest ones of the summer, man. That's a
Yeah,
nice one.
we
man.
catching
It
up
turned into
though.
a party too.
We catching up though.
Oh, yeah,
Give us
we
2
getting
more
there.
years.
We getting
We're gonna be up there right with them.
Definitely.
We're gonna be up there right with them. And that's our fish fry, the what is it? Food on Vibes.
Food and
Food and
vibes.
vibes, yeah.
August 30th.
Yes.
The last Saturday in August.
Yup.
That's
Be
our-
there.
That's the Vibes family.
Flyers
So
dropping tomorrow, so stay tuned
Oh, really?
for that.
I didn't even know that.
something like that. Something like
You're
that.
making me
Yeah.
hungry.
Okay.
You're making me hungry.
Right, all this talk about fish fries, right?
So we got all the events out the way. Birthdays. I feel like somebody celebrated a birthday this week that I wanted to shout out.
My boy Bill, man, he's celebrating his birthday tomorrow, man. We outside tomorrow night, man.
Oh, I remember. If y'all didn't remember,
Hold
no.
on, man. I'm still shouting my boy out. Hold on, man. My
bad.
fault.
My
Dang. Yo.
My
Yo,
bad.
so big shouts out to you, man. We gonna do that during the drinks. That's what we got to do usually.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead. What was you saying now? My apologies for
All
cutting
right.
you off, man.
Yeah, but since we're gonna do the drinks, you wanna shout out the chat, then we can do that.
Big shouts out to the chat.
shout
Yeah,
out everybody.
man. Let me see. How
Yeah,
the chat active right
the chat
now?
active right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm not even
So I'm gonna give a quick shout out to.
My auntie, me. Auntie Mavis.
Wait,
you know
no,
what?
we are gonna do the toast. We are
Is
gonna
it
do the
birthday?
toast.
No, I think her birthday.
No, that's why we skipped
We're
it.
gonna
We're gonna
save
shout
it
out
for
the chat.
We'll save it
Oh,
for the
okay,
talk. We'll save it for
okay,
the talk.
okay, understood.
Yeah, so I want to shout out the chat real quick. Big Bad DJ in that chat. 90 music. People follow and subscribe to his YouTube page. Newest dancehall artist
Cup
right
full of
now.
rum when I need ice.
And that me I talk about, you know.
No,
I do
man.
profile. Something took for me belly. Them no new style. Alright.
Bus.
Alright, we done this so. Shana and I chat, Manta and I chat, the whole family I chat. So everybody will comment already, we thank you, but do remember to like the live and share it with a family member
Share
that
it.
not going nowhere
Go
tonight.
outside of the chat and like the live.
Type shit. So we got the chat out the way, we got the events out the way. So now we're gonna do the sponsors. Thank you. See how we jumped the gun? So first and foremost, give us first shout out sponsor to One Love Window Cleaning.
Man. One Love Window Cleaning,
D&K
man.
Catering.
D&K Catering, man. Always All In Podcast Network, man.
And you don't know the Vybz production.
Man, always the
building.
team.
Yeah, alright. And now that we got the sponsors out of the way, everybody know what time it is?
Cups in the air, everybody.
In the air. You're just gonna get to it. We was here last week.
That's the wrong cup, sir.
again.
Sir, you got the wrong cup.
Ooh, you thought.
Producer.
Wrong cup.
Thank you. What? Whoa, bro. You almost got me too. Come on, man. Nah. Come on, man. Don't disrespect it. All right, now. We was here last week?
We here again this week.
I like we had to. We never there last week, but we were still living. So for that, we thank God.
They the
So
man
that
upstairs.
we're back here again. And we want to give a special birthday shout outs. I want to give mine to Drizzy. It was her birthday Monday, I think, or Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday, Drizzy.
Yeah.
Happy belated.
And
Shouts out to my boy Bill, man. Happy birthday tomorrow, man. It's going down. And my cousin Amber. Damn, they
Yeah,
broke
man.
the same day. Yeah.
and who you say I shout out to?
Shouts out to my aunt in Jamaica watching the stream right now. I love you.
All right. And definitely a special shout out to our special guest today. Like, I'm telling you people, this show is going to be one for the books. So, toast to the weekend.
All right.
And the chat. We shouldn't do that, blood clot. So, people.
Look back. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got a towel right next to you.
Take the focus off of me, Kenny. Jeez,
I'm trying to help you, bro.
Stuff
All
happens.
right, yo. So, icebreakers, man. We talk about a few things that's going on, current events, things that's going on. I like this because we got a guest with us too now, so
Yeah.
we get to hear your input on some of this stuff too. I
No.
love hearing different inputs on things, man.
Yeah.
So we kicking it off with the LA riots.
No, I feel like I want to give a second format because, you know, some people just join the chat.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
You got to make sure they know who's sitting here with us because if they...
Whoa, man! Right now we are graced with the presence of the
musical royalty.
musical royalty. I'm gonna say, can I say legendary? Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that?
What you
No.
I can't
I'm
do
gonna
that?
You're setting me up for a fall.
No,
that's the last thing
I'm just a curious man.
I'm gonna tell you.
All right.
I'm gonna
And
tell you.
loving, by the way.
Loving. All right.
Oh, and what's the other
I'm
word?
still gonna give you the legendary title, but I'll tell you why later.
You only seen me once.
But you told me something
You gotta
about you.
talk to your uncle. He does not think I am legendary, and I mean that in the best of terms. Skill.
Right.
No, but you said you
Skill
played
and I
like
are great.
you said you played like 10 instruments.
Collaborators because of I think our respect for each other. So I'm sorry, Jermaine. I had to stop you there because
Bro, but I'll call you a legend because you said you could play damn near every instrument.
nope. I can't play a tuba.
I mean,
I wouldn't play a tuba. You bring a trumpet in here, I'm gonna sound like a dying water buffalo.
Really?
Nah.
Yes.
I would feel like you could be able to pull
Oh,
off
I
a
could
trumpet,
make
man.
a squeak. The
all right, so
question
how
is,
many instruments do you play?
professionally, instruments I would take on stage: flute, guitar, saxophone, drums, in a pinch, and voice. You know, and it's over a long life of, just a long life of paying attention, which I think we talked about earlier.
Yeah, we were saying that.
Which is a part of the definition of care. Anyway, yeah, I've been spending a long life. I've been spending a while, Jermaine. I mean, legendary? Hell yeah, because I got decades in the game. So from your perspective,
man.
legendary, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
In terms of achievements, I'll let everybody else decide whether they're
respect that.
legendary or not. What's most important is the endeavor, the doing it. That's what's important. And I'm going to tell you, doing it with Ignite is freaking amazing. It's amazing.
That's what counts.
Can I
man.
swear on this podcast, or would that be
Like a
rude?
motherfucker.
All right. Then let me rephrase that.
Go ahead, John Andrew.
Well, I'm not rephrasing that now. Skill knows what I mean. The band knows what I mean. This is a great band. I really enjoy knocking heads with competent, interesting musicians. It's not about whether you're right. It's about whether you can make the song happen. You don't stand there and go, "Oh, that was a minor chord. on the recording. And half the time, here, let me just branch out on that. One of the reasons I love playing with Ignite is because I really do love reggae. And I don't think I really understood and loved reggae until Ignite made me play it every week. Because I grew up 7 years old or 8 years old. I remember hearing the bass line for Stir It Up, doom, 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 coming out of my older brother's room, and a smell that I had never smelled before. And then within the next 2 years, I'm hearing Positive Vibrations, the song itself, which is an amazing message to teach a young man. I'm not a Rastafarian. I'm from Greece, New York. I'm Italian Irish, but I got the message. And so
That's
reggae,
the beauty of music,
and then
man.
it's like
I got the message. It's
then
key.
guys,
Beauty of it.
100%. Peter Tosh, I Am That I Am, meant a lot to me as a young man. Put me in a place of like, all right, you are who you are, guy. Do the best you can with what you got.
That's real.
Anyway,
That's real.
and then you put in Toots and the Maytals and all the beautiful messages he has. And to a certain degree, my understanding of reggae kind of stopped there. Classic reggae, I guess you could call it, although Ziggy came in and other stuff. And reggae influenced so many other musics throughout the 70s. I listened to a band called Graham Parker and the Rumour out of England, which infuses reggae with rock in a kind of new wave
Super
style.
dope.
That was amazing, and I grew up
That's
on that.
super dope.
So how to mix the two together was also part of my house. And I don't mean to say the two together, how to blend music is what I guess I mean. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a part of my life a long time. But I can groove to Stir It Up all I want. Now make me do the bubble.
This man is funny.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, guys, I just want to be honest with everybody listening, everybody in this room. That is a challenge, and by the way, I absolutely love the challenge, and I love doing this challenge with Ignite.
That's real, man.
All right. So it's just a intro of why we call him legend. Why I give him the title legendary. As you saw, he just explained a whole bunch of stuff that explains why I'm standing on what I said. But if you don't know who Ignite is, if you remember a couple weeks ago when we streamed with the live band at Taco Dero, if you wasn't watch that stream, that's who that band is, and you're going to see us streaming with them and doing content with them for majority of the summer, honestly. And hopefully we could get more of their band members here eventually. That's the plan. Spread the word.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
All right.
They made me come here tonight.
All right.
Y'all got to do
Everybody
your thing.
coming through.
By the way, it ain't torture. It's absolutely delightful.
All right, man. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Appreciate it.
Nah, it's a pleasure to have you around, man.
All right, guys. So we got some. Before we get into more, what Andrew's about and who he is and how he created the monster he is musically, we got some stuff that I seen on social media where it was crazy to me and bizarre. And that's first is the LA riots.
Yes.
Like, I get it. I'm standing with the people. Long story short.
As you should.
I think we all need to understand that the LA riots
Yes.
are not bizarre. The LA riots are people voicing. No, hold on.
Go ahead.
Jermaine, I'm not trying to stop you.
No, go ahead.
I just want to point you towards a
Elaborate.
different dimension.
Got you.
The travesty, the badness, is calling out the National Guard and
That is
Marines
Wild.
That's what I'm saying.
against
That is
Posse
wild.
Comitatus. And this guy, the people who are running things, are used it A as a distraction, number one, but two, the thing you got to remember is that if they keep abusing long-held American laws,
Constitutional.
yes, they will break it all. And I do not mean to alarm anyone, but
No, not at all. So
the
then,
other
that's
day-
my
I
question.
mean, like,
The
Do
other
you feel
day-
like that's a plan, though?
the other day, I'm going to tell you some clues. I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody that it's all going to hell. You know why
Nah,
I'm not
I mean,
telling you
but-
it's all going to hell? Because the LA riots are happening. People are caring. They're standing on bridges with signs that say no fascism. And you bet your ass I beat my horn when I go under that. Because I will not tolerate a fascist We cannot destroy the Constitution. My blood is in it. What are the first 3 articles of the Constitution? And I want to ask you, it's a pamphlet. It's a pamphlet. What are the first 3 articles of the Constitution? What do they talk about? The first
Freedom
one,
of speech.
the legislature. That's the Bill of Rights.
Oh, but
the
I'm sorry,
articles,
I'm
the
sorry.
definition of our democracy. The articles of legislature, presidency, and judiciary.
Oh, the 3 branches of government.
100%.
branches
That's
of
the
government,
first thing
yes.
they talked
Yeah,
about.
the
You know
3
what I'm
branches of
saying? And I
government.
know it sounds like a trick question, but if that doesn't come off the tongues of every American who loves this country, right away when someone goes, what are the first 3 things the Constitution talks about? Then we're in trouble, and we've been in trouble for a while. And I would like you to understand that
We have
in the
it. That's a
1800s,
fact.
1800s on 4th of July, red-blooded Americans, and by the way, all kinds of Americans, would read the Constitution. It's what you did on the 4th of July. You didn't necessarily fire guns, but you probably did. And you might have had some beer and some sausage or whatever it is you had in the 1800s. I do know what they had. The point is that you would read it. So the problem in LA is not the fact that people are saying what they feel, and some are getting out of hand, which the law has the right to jail you if you want to set a car on fire, right? Does
Correct.
not have the right
Correct.
to shoot at you if you're protesting something.
Not at all.
That's a line we should never
Peaceful
cross.
protest is not illegal at
Not
all.
at all. It is
At
a
all.
constitutional
It
right.
is a right that we have in this world. It is a right as a black man that who has ancestors that went through that,
Yes, sir.
that protested and everything. We know that this was a right that was, and they shitted on us too, did the same type of
Right.
bullshit and everything. But we know that the reason as to why they were protests because they knew like.
You know,
There
You're
was
not supposed
no
to be able to touch
other
us.
way.
Yeah.
There was either the legislative path, which right now is broken for various reasons that I won't go into because you want to actually entertain your audience, but I could. But the legislative path is kind of broken right now, and there are some paths. There's the voting path, which means we got to wait until 2026 to make a dent, or we let ourselves be known by, and we can let ourselves be known by many, many, many ways. The one and principal foremost one that I would like to promote right now is love each other. Pay attention to each other, listen to each other. We are not enemies, we are human beings, and we're trying like hell to figure out what it's like to be alive.
Just to be alive, bro.
you know, say I same thing me I tell Bucky. I same thing me I tell. Punda, you remember we were on this yesterday? You were on there, me I tell Bucky, and he might tell me some other shit. I same thing I said, bro. That's really what life is. If we could somehow the veil come off and we figure out what they're doing and why they're doing it, then we say, all right, that's out the way. Now we know that we gotta figure out us. Once everybody know that's the next plan, everybody gonna be on the same beat.
I consider it to be a constant state of being throughout humanity, and by that I mean throughout history, in a sense, and that is that we need to freaking get along with each other, and the only reason why humans have come this far, which is amazingly far, there are people who do not die, who would have died 150 years ago. We have come very, very far. We have talent that it wouldn't be here if we hadn't come this far,
we
and we
haven't
did it all
evolved.
because we cooperate with each other, which is the definition of democracy. So, you know,
That's
be
actually
cool.
a very real statement, yo. We evolved through cooperation.
100%.
Everything that we've evolved in
100%.
as human beings, everything that we've
100%.
evolved in was through cooperation.
Yes.
Type shit.
You can.
That's real as hell, actually,
You
man.
can. Yes.
That's I never even thought about it in that sense. That makes a lot of sense, man.
Which is what we're bound to do in a struggle. Let's say I've got I ran into a snowbank, which is a Rochester thing. Okay, everybody, yeah, you can all relate.
Yeah. I can relate.
You pull over and you help me. It doesn't matter your political persuasion
At all.
It doesn't matter your color or whatever.
None
You
of-
pull
none
them
of that
down.
matters.
Now there are wolves and there are sheepdogs, right? And I think men, in particular, men are facing a crisis right now, and it is a crisis. But we need to decide whether we're sheepdogs or we're wolves. And sheepdogs are my favorites. I tend to think I am one. To care about people. It's what I do for a living, by the way. I work with disabled adults during the day. I teach music and I care for them for about 5.5 hours a day, which is nice. And I'm no saint.
good.
I am no saint. But what I am is somebody who pays a heck of a lot of attention to other people all day. And I think that the more that we do that for each other, the better things will be. And I'm not saying I'm not a saint, guys. I say stupid things. I make mistakes constantly. But I think together we're a hell of a lot stronger than we are apart.
True.
I agree wholeheartedly on that one.
All right, I'm gonna take a drink on that one.
Cheers, guys.
That's a fact. I drink to that.
All right.
I'm sorry to pontificate.
No, that's
man. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
That's literally what we do here.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing I saw on social media, I don't know much that deep into politics or why shit is happening, but the shit Iran and Israel right now.
Yeah, man.
It's
Bro,
sad.
I just want to say those people. I don't want nobody to die, but it was bound to happen. You could only bully people for so long.
This is a tricky one.
From my point of view.
Trump has kind of did some stuff to Israel to basically he visited Iran, and he's cozying up to a couple places. And I don't know all the details of that. I just want to talk on a broad geopolitical, which is a big word, and I'll explain that in a second. It'll make it simpler. A geopolitical context, it's not that hard to kind of see coming. Okay, now geopolitical, meaning all the kingdoms, how the kingdoms think and what they're doing, right? Because we're no different than the Middle Ages right now, except we've got a lot of democracies, yay, and we have a United Nations, kind of yay, if they can actually get some power.
That's a kind of right there.
I know, they got no power, they've been but it's been a source of democratic, people who love democracies. The United Nations is a lovely thing, right? Because without a United Nations, which they're still not quite, they're still on their knees in a weird way. You've got a drunken brawl between countries, right? You're either democratic or it's a drunken brawl between idiots who give the kingdom up to their kid who happens to be insane or whatever.
Yep.
We don't want a king, guys. What we want is, some sort of everybody goes, it's okay. These guys are okay. It's better than what we had. I'm sure we could get better than this, by the way.
Amen.
We get way better than this. But without democracy, I don't know how we get there.
That's a fact. That's
so
true.
Defensive democracy, in my philosophy,
It'd be
is
like
incredibly important.
what's the guy in that was in Russia that was president for mad long, man? He kept winning the he was holding elections, but somehow he kept winning it. Well, he was obviously
Putin. He's there now.
Who was before Putin though?
There was oh my God, after Glasnost, there's Gorbachev who did Glasnost, and there was the guy that starts with a Y who basically the neocons in America cozied up and said, let your companies have everything. And he did, and they turned into minor kingdoms of their own. Companies, by the way, companies are kingdoms. Okay, very, very, very few companies in America, all the way down to the bagel shop you might work at that's owned by an Italian guy or whatever. They are not democracies. They aren't. We have a democracy to govern the American people and to govern principalities like towns and cities, and they're great. Please pay attention to your democracy. But when you go to work, rarely, very, very rarely are you in a democracy.
That's valid. That is valid, yo. I didn't choose my CEO.
No, exactly.
I didn't choose my CEO. I didn't. The dude who owned this business, I didn't pick him to be the person.
So we have a way of life that is, wow, I'm getting pretty deep here, but it is slightly schizophrenic, right? We have a overarching love of democracy and a participation in kingdoms. And since Milton Friedman in 1971 said that the only obligation of a corporation is to its shareholders, not its customers, not its employees,
they live
but
by
to
that.
Its shareholders. We've had 60 years of this now, where companies are like, well, it's my duty to be a jerk to everybody because I'm great to those people who happen to own stocks. Guess who owns stocks? Old people. So if you're young, now, I'm not trying to get rid of capitalism here, and some people could think I'm saying that. I'm just saying that why are they kingdoms? And number one. And number two, and they aren't all, by the way, I love the companies I've worked at, and some I don't. And many of them did not work well because they were dysfunctional, because they were kingdoms. I currently work in an amazing company called Cobblestone Arts Center down in Farmington. I work there for about 5.5 hours a day teaching disabled adults. The Queen does work. She doesn't sit in an office. I see her doing stuff, which is rare. I've worked in places where the CEO never see him. And when you do, it's awkward.
Of course.
Like, I have no idea what you really do, but I hope you're making me money.
Right.
Kind of face. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, all the way down to the bagel shop. All right, I have, as Chevy and others know, I've capitalized the airwaves. I didn't mean to. Any other? I'm sorry. I went on. I will continue if you let me, but we need to, I think Americans need to think about, we all, going back to what we said earlier, we are trying to be, right? I am sitting here being, and so are you, and you. And the best feeling I ever get is when I be in a way that makes you feel better being. Right. I know that sounds really basic. I should make a whole line of Dr. Seuss novels or something. But the point is, you know what I mean? It's like, so figure out how people, you know, not figure out, but remember that you're in a soup of other people who are being, and it's not easy to be. In fact, I love this one quote. It's hard to live with a head and a heart and a mouth in between. So on one basic level, we all relate to each other. It's hard.
Say that again?
It's hard to be. It's hard to live with a brain and a heart and a mouth in between, trying to say what the other two are arguing about or whatever.
Got you.
Yes.
That makes sense. Nah.
It's hard to be, and yet it's the most beautiful thing ever. I'm gonna play tomorrow at MLK Park, and I don't care how it goes, in terms of like success for the band, and it will go great. We're doing really good. But, you know, let's say something catastrophic, I'll still love being there. I will still love being there.
Regardless, you just...
Yeah, there's going to be kids dancing and people celebrating.
People enjoying, yeah.
So,
yeah, being.
Just being.
And
so,
it's good enough for me.
Tell us more about you being, and go
Sorry,
back...
that was a diatribe, wasn't it?
Go back to... Like you said, you were born here in Greece, you said?
Yeah.
And when did you pick up your first instrument?
Piano in third grade. I think it was third grade. I think it was 7 years old. You go to a piano lesson with mom, and because your older brothers and sisters are doing it. I'm in a family of 6 kids. So older siblings had been, you know, were doing.
Do you guys all play music?
No, they're musical. Do they do what I just did at the opener?
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily, but in their own way, yeah. They'll sit and strum.
Now, was that like a requirement in your household that you guys had to play an instrument?
That's a funny thing. In my house, I mean, I grew up with music in the house, like all of us, man. You know, mom and dad play stuff,
of course,
and you hear it. And so there was music around. It doesn't mean it was a musical household, but there was music around, and there's appreciation for it. But what I remember is that at 7 years old, I went to a piano lesson, and when I was done, Mom said, "Do you want to continue?" And I said, "Yeah, that was cool." I mean, the teacher was hot, and I was 7.
That's a selling right there.
I'm like, yes,
that's a
but also it is an interesting thing for a 7-year-old.
And really, you really were interested in it.
I can push these buttons and stuff comes out. You know what I mean? So, and then we came home and she said, "Well, if you want to continue, you have to do it for the next 5 years."
Oh wow!
Yes.
Yeah.
She's gonna lock you. If you're gonna do this, you locked into it.
Yep. One of the most loving people in the world clamped down on that one issue in a weird way. Now, my mother's multi-dimensional. I don't mean to paint her in any other light other than
all of our mothers
Mom
are.
said this is what it's going to be, and this is what it was. So I was taking piano, you know, dun, 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 you know, that kind of crazy, you know, just piano stuff as a kid. And anyway, she made that happen, and by 8th grade I was tired of it and moved on to, and by 6th grade saxophone. I'd already been singing in chorus in 4th grade. Picked up the guitar on my own in about freshman year in high school because of my brother Michael. He helped teach me my very first chords, and he would play his guitar while I soloed on saxophone, which I had picked up. So he, you know, he would play blues and I would solo a little bit. So there's no question that was the seed. But then I took the blues and went, and started playing in big band jazz in high school. Picked up the flute because this. By the way, for all of you out there who want to teach their kids, the saxophone and their flute are pretty much the same thing. You just hold it different. I'm sorry. In terms of the way your
Learned something new today, bro. I did not know that. I just learned something new.
In terms of the way your fingers move, right? One finger, another finger, you're going down, but you hold them down, right? Same thing on the flute. Absolutely the same thing. So I taught myself flute.
Sideways with a different sound.
Yep. Oh, and a very different lip.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Very
That
different.
changes it.
Yeah. I didn't need to turn this into a musical lesson, but I think there's a lot of people who would benefit from understanding, the relationships between instruments, and therefore they might make a really good choice when they go to choose one. Because I'm a teacher, I teach private lessons as well. So I'm in a room with somebody, and they could be anywhere from the age of 7 to the age of 74, and for that half hour, and even outside of it, they are my friends, and I'm thinking about them and trying to encourage them how to understand music, which is a terrible way to say it, but I'm basically trying to give light bulbs earlier.
Right.
A light bulb goes off.
Something, a light bulb.
I live for light bulbs.
That's real.
Which is great.
I like that.
And after working in marketing companies, I was a baker. I did a whole bunch of stuff. I'm now older. I can't think of a better way to pay my rent.
That's dope. That's super dope.
I think I feel like where have been some of the places the music have took you, and like have it ever made you met anybody famous?
Yes. When you say where are the places that music takes you, because I'm a weirdo, I think about two different ways: geographically and the people I meet, and the other one is philosophically. We'll go away from the philosophically for a minute.
Yeah.
I had the real benefit of a local artist in Rochester. Well, first of all, my cousins are the Mangione brothers, Chuck Mangione, Gap Mangione, and all praise to them. Amazing musicians.
I've heard Chuck Mangione's name before.
Grammy Award-winning Chuck Mangione.
Okay. Oh, man.
Feels so good. Trumpet player. Flugelhorn, technically. Amazing musicians he surrounded himself with, and I got to brush up against them from time to time. And my appreciation of the music only got more, because when I was a kid, I was about punk rock, rock and roll.
That's what you wanted to play.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what you wanted to play.
Which is what I ended up doing. My first band was, the Ramones and Sex Pistols and Dead Boys, and I loved it. And in fact, there's a recording of us playing at Idols. I don't know how long you've been in Rochester, but Idols is a old.
Where's that?
You've been here a long time.
It was over
a long time.
I can't even quite tell you because it was Idols and it's part of the mythology. But there was an address. Idols is an actual place, and they would have all kinds of great punky, alternative, weird bands. Anyway, we got on that stage. The band was called 4Q. We played Ramones, and so while I'm playing Ramones, my cousin is an amazing, incredible jazz musician whose songs were played all over the world. So that's a tad intimidating, no?
Yeah, right. All over the world.
Like, oh shit, I have to be Miles Davis, or there's that, which is an illusion, right? That we paint into people who have aspirations, minds, right? If you're going to be something, you have to be the most amazing, blah, 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 which is important. And I do love the idea of straining towards something, goals, doing something. But as a saxophonist or as a musician, yeah, the next goal is the next thing the next light bulb that goes off in your head. And there are people out there, probably like my cousins, who have had days where they could spend 8 hours a day playing music. Take a break for lunch at 1, come back, play until 10, go home. Now, I'm not saying everybody does that.
That's a job, man.
Yeah. But,
that's a job.
And I have decided, that, and then throughout my life, or at least the fact of the matter, that I'm just another working guy like you.
Job.
It is a job. Well, yeah, that's actually a career.
That's literally, yes.
Right? Because working with Ignite is an incredible honor and a challenge, but it's a job. For however many hours, and the word job has a bad connotation. I would like to say vocation, It's a vocation, because I spend my hours there willingly, and it is not torture. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
I do not
see the
get paid a
difference.
ton. I get paid back in camaraderie, the love of being with a gang, because bands are gangs,
Definitely.
and I love my gang very much.
It's a brotherhood, man.
Yes,
it's,
it
it's a
is.
family. Like you said, it's a family, man.
Well, I listen. I have to tell you, I feel that way. I can't tell you everyone does.
No,
That's just the way I feel. I really do have a sense of loyalty, and you get the benefit of the doubt when you're in the band. But we can still bump heads, which is
course.
why bumping heads is great, because you get the benefit of the doubt, so you're safe to bump heads.
So
And
who
that's
would you-
where creativity happens.
Who would you say is one of the most famous people that you have gotten to?
Oh, sorry, I was going there.
Oh,
Jim
no, you
Carroll. Nobody's going to know Jim Carroll. He did a song called "These Are People Who Died" back in the '80s. Very early on, a wonderful local musician named Joff Wilson calls me up out of the blue. I'm just a horn player right out of high school, 18, 19, maybe 20. I don't know
you were
exactly.
young, too.
Yeah, I was young at that point. But I've been playing big band, and I was playing blues, and I was getting into, rocking. Maybe it may have been later. But the point is that he calls me and goes, I'm putting together a band to back up, at the time, a national recording artist named Jim Carroll. He wrote a book called The Basketball Diaries. You might have seen the movie. I only knew the one song. These are people who died. It's a great song, by the way, in its context. But he called me up and said, "Can you play this show?" Turns out that Jim Carroll had booked the show because his lawyer didn't know about it, and he needed money for a horse. It was good, though. He came up, he played, we backed him, and it was semi-improvisational, one of the first semi-improvisational, you know what I mean? Like, I knew some of it, but the other ones I was
You were
faking,
just rocking.
and I
You were
pulled
just-
it
you were
off.
just- yeah.
And when they pointed to solo, I soloed and hoped for the best, and at the end, everybody liked it, or at least I got good feedback from Jim
That's
Carroll.
what counts, man. That's what counts.
So that was the first kind of real, but I've been around stars. I mean, I think I saw Steve Gadd before that, and because my cousin.
Oh, you did say Grammy Award winner.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, I went to the Italian earthquake victims concert that they did in the whatever that hotel is downtown. Sorry, but a huge event that had Dizzy Gillespie, Chick Corea, of course Steve Gadd is a part. I mean, just a ton of musicians.
That's dope.
So there's that, and I want to go, beat on the brat, beat on. Well, that's the worst Ramones song, but rock, rockin' in high school, or one of the best songs ever by the Ramones. And I know nobody here wants to hear about the Ramones, but when you hear the song, I wanna be sedated, can't control my fingers, can't control my toes, hurry, 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 before I go. Oh, 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 oh,
This song sound crazy.
No, I want to explain that to you.
This song sound
I want to
crazy.
explain.
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba. Anybody out there who's ever heard it knows what I'm talking about. That song is not about wanting to be drugged because you like drugs.
Could've fooled
That
me.
song is wanting to be drugged because you've got a show in 24 hours and you're so excited. Just please strap me to a chair, put me on the plane, get me to the gig. That's how much, when you enjoy performance, that's how it feels. Like, just give me something else while I wait to go do that thing that is amazing. Performance can be very addicting and fulfilling.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
Oh, God, I'm sorry, listeners.
Nah, man, you
That's
good.
we asked you the question.
You good, man. You are good. All right.
Dude, that's so crazy though. But tell us, I want to know. So all this traveling was from the saxophone, correct?
I'm sorry?
When you were playing in the band and did all the solo stuff you just said, that was you playing the saxophone or the piano, the keyboard?
My very first band?
Yeah.
I was lead singer, saxophone, flute, no piano.
Oh,
Yeah.
so none of what you started with.
Right. Well, I had saxophone,
Oh.
and I would blow solos. Like, we would do David Bowie songs that had horn in it. And so I would have to sing the David Bowie and then split and hit the horn line. Am I answering your question, Jermaine?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And since then, that was what when you played played when you said you played solo, when they give you the solo, you got the good remarks.
Oh,
from
when I
Hogan?
did the soloist stuff.
That was when you said you was 20, around 20.
Oh, you know, I started soloing back in high school. In fact, I won a Louis Armstrong Jazz Achievement Award, which they got to give to one
Wait,
kid.
who's Louis Armstrong?
Famous jazz musician, yeah.
Louis Armstrong.
Oh,
his
I heard
trumpet
Louis
pointed
Armstrong.
up,
Yeah, that's it.
and he did.
I thought that was an
I see
astronaut.
skies
Louis
blue.
Okay.
That's what my son goes to school.
Oh, he sing that song?
Away,
Oh, I know that song.
light, bright, blessed days, dark, sacred night.
I'm surprised you know that
And
song.
I think to myself,
Oh, okay.
what a wonderful world.
See?
Oh, man.
All right.
Proud of y'all just now, man.
I'm with you, Jermaine, 100%.
I'm proud of y'all for that one,
And
man.
what's the name of it? What's his name again?
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong.
Cool. And you see, damn,
See?
that's dope.
What did I say? Light bulbs.
Okay.
Light
There you
bulbs
go.
go
Ding,
off.
ding.
It's the best thing. And
Okay.
if you fight them, then I don't know, just keep your mind open. Study stuff.
That's people that don't have their mind open. That's fighting them.
And it's easy to judge, right? I mean, how many hours? I'm a bachelor. I live alone in an apartment and play.
Mad peaceful.
And I study
Living in
I
peace.
study the history of the American parties, right? Started with the Whigs, and it weaves all through this all crazy shit. But here we are now, and but I see that stuff, and I watch Kristi Noem, our Department of Homeland Security, at a Senate Congressional Subcommittee hearing when she's asked the question, "What is habeas corpus?" And she says, it's a constitutional right for the president to deport anyone they want. It's online. Go watch it. It's
seen that.
Senate subcommittee
I saw
hearing.
the video.
Someone to say that is horrific. And so I do that stuff as well. It's horrific, guys. Come on. They're either planning for civil war or because habeas corpus comes from 1,000 years of Western law. 1,000 years of Western law. So anybody who stands here and goes, we're defending Western culture by stopping these Hispanic invaders from coming in or whatever, is full of crap. Because if you're going to destroy habeas corpus, you are destroying the foundation of Western law. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yo.
Sorry, brothers, I went deep. I go
Nah.
deep too fast. This is why you should, have me on once. Now, can we play some music and shut me up? There are plenty of people out there right now who are going, shut up, Drew, and play the freaking horn.
Nah, man. You talking that shit, though, man. I can't even argue, man.
I got my light bulb
Look,
moment.
I'm about to say, and he can't say anything because he right there with you. Everything you say, yo, he probably already sent me 3 videos about it already, man. Like, and he be on that
Keep
same
your
type
eyes
of
open.
time.
Keep your eyes open. Have faith in democracy and do the best we can as we go through this process and see what comes out on the other side. It could get really ugly, but I think going back to what we talked about earlier, if we respect each other and we love each other and we pay attention to each other,
We'll be all right.
yeah, the guy who voted like an asshat for whoever he voted for that you think is an asshat, it's the guy who might dig you out of the snowbank. So
Right, might help you. You never would have known.
Hell
it.
yes.
You never would have known it, man. So, my last question for you, man, is your top 3 musical influences.
that's just cruelty.
I know.
Okay,
I know. That's the point.
as
That's
a
the point.
singer, Bruce Springsteen and David Bowie, I think, and by that I mean because they inspired me to sing with full voice. Okay, which everybody out there goes, I'm a singer, I sing all the time. Full voice means you're breathing from the right place and you're making a big sound. Something like, ah! Okay, that's a big sound, and I hope I did. I'm so sorry.
That shit was.
You didn't
that was
expect
clear.
that.
That was clear.
Right.
No, I mean there's opera and there's a big voice, and I don't mean to say the word opera.
Teach me how to do that. Ready?
Right here, right now,
I'm dead ass.
it's
Let's
gonna
go.
take 3 weeks.
No, you think I
All
can
right,
do it?
I'll give everybody a very quick lesson.
Go ahead.
And that means I'm going to have to put down the saxophone.
Yeah.
When you're laying down, thank you, brother.
You good, man.
When you're laying down, and I'll do that as best I can, the only way you can really breathe is with your stomach.
True.
You can't lift your shoulders. All right? So when you're laying down, pay attention to your breathing for just a minute. Put your hands there. And it's called abdominal breathing. And then once you've done that enough to feel like you understand your body, hopefully in the meantime you're also singing every day for like as much as you possibly can.
I do that right.
Then you learn how to make that breath while you're sitting up. Now what? All right, I'm going to make the balloon blow up. When you breathe in, your stomach goes out. You're filling a balloon. You see that? I got a big enough belly. I'm sure you can see that. And then
See
you
a
blow it
diaphragm,
out,
yo.
and you control how much air is coming out. That's a pretty wide aperture. When I blow through that, it's a thinner aperture. So it's more like, I got to blow all the air out first. Fill the balloon. Real entertaining,
That's
right?
like holding. That's how you able to hold notes though too. Is that how
It's
you
breath
able to hold-
control. It's breath control, and it works for voice, saxophone, flute, trumpet. It's breath control. It's being able to use the muscles of your. All right, there's my lesson. You owe me. You all owe me $20 for that. No, I mean really.
Even
if
rappers
I,
use
if
that
I were
when
to tell you
performing
the
and everything.
one thing, I would say understand how you breathe. You know, the other one is sing all the freaking time and be bad. You're going to be bad. But, you know, this
don't do
goes
that
for
shit,
everything, not just singing. This goes for everything, not just singing. If you do not see the mistake, you can't fix it.
Very
So there
true.
you go.
That's real.
That's music right there. In a nutshell.
That's your first gem. See, that's a, you see,
That
that's
was a gem?
That was a gem.
I made a gem.
That's
Is it like a
gem.
horn we blow or something?
Nah, I wish we need.
Light bulb.
No, don't do that. No, ever. Don't ever do that. That's not cool.
All right, ready. So, you ready to take us out?
Hell yes. Shut my mouth.
Take us out. Give us an intro. Let me get music ready.
All right, man. Well, big shouts out to chat. Burke always shouts out to the chat, man. Big shouts out to the chat, man. Tom, man, you good?
Yeah, man.
You learned anything tonight?
Yep.
Alright,
Old school. Straight old school.
That's what you learned was old school.
Yep. A whole lot of old school.
I
And
learned-
think
You
to
gotta listen
myself-
more.
No, I was listening, but it's like, yeah, like
No, that's old
saxophone
school.
and all that.
That's old school. Listening is old school. I feel
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Now, you already know what it is, man. Vibes Friday, man. Shouts out to our guests, man. Drew,
out, man.
Andy.
Shouts out.
What you prefer to go by, man?
Anything you want to call me,
Uh-huh.
except Andy.
Never Andy. Stay away from Andy.
There's a very few people.
All right, bet.
I don't
Drew?
know why. I can't explain it. I'm either Drew or Andrew or anything. Hey, shit face.
But not Andy. Don't do that.
I don't know why. I can't
feel
explain
you.
it.
I feel you.
I love you.
And it's Andrew. What's his last name again?
Bellavia.
Thank you.
Bellavia.
Thank you.
You are so in the family.
Thank you, man. Now, Drew, man.
You already know, people. This has been Vibes Friday, another Friday, and we back again next week. And do remember to tune into Gyalis and the Baddies this Sunday.
Shouts out to the baddies, man. I'm still waiting on the collab episode, man.
we working on the collab.
You've
I
been
feel like the
waiting for
collab
like 2
episode.
months
No,
Right?
bro, the collab.
He keep him away from us, yo.
Bro.
I had to show up to
What is it with the
I had to
baddies,
show
bro?
up on their show in order to be with the part of the show, man. He will not let us
Bro.
collab
He
with
just
them at all.
hiding the baddies.
Bro, like I
He
said,
gatekeeping the baddies?
gatekeeping.
No.
Gatekeeping the baddies, man.
we are all gonna go to.
And I had to show up on 420 at that.
All right, like I said, people, thank you for tuning
Show
in. This
up.
is your boy Gyalis Jay,
Dr. Sour.
Tall man.
Mr. Bellavia.
Bellavia.
Are we in the building? And you don't know, like I said, tune in Sunday, 2 p.m. Gyalis and the Baddies, and catch us next week for Vibes Friday, another exclusive episode.
I'll pull it up for the Father's Day edition.
Yeah.
On Sunday, I'll pull it
So
up
our
for
guest
that.
is about to take us out. He about to show you how he do his thing over there. Ready?
Yep.
doesn't want me around. She's got something to hide. I think she wants clout. me for a ride. But I keep telling her to experience. Take a photo stroll. To experience someone who I grow. To experience. Take a photo ride. And I know it's not my only crime. She exercise because I turn her up and down. She always saying we were meant to be. Somehow she thought I'd be her clown. This is why I say to experience. We take a photo stroll. To experience someone who I know. To experience, we take a photo ride. And I know it's not my foolish pride. She doesn't want me. Oh, what a night. What a night, what a night. Got something. Oh gosh, what a night. I feel good when you're wrapped up in my arms, dancing to a reggae song. Feel good, feel good. I feel good, cause your perfume is loud, and only I can talk about. Feel good, feel like velvet rubbing over my skin. And when your hair dances on my chin, wish me alone, baby, just the two of us. Yes, every movement gives me a rush. Wine some more, show me that love unconditionally. Make believe we are alone, just you and me. Take the problems in the mind, don't let it show. Go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go. I feel good when you're wrapped up in my arms, dancing to a reggae song. Feel good, feel good. I feel good, cause your perfume is loud, that only I can talk about. Feel good, feel good. What am I? What am I? What a night! What a night! What a night! Yeah. I'd love to wipe the sweat over your face, but it looks so good I might have to replace. This moment is magic, so I leave it alone. Until you say I need time to go home. Wine some more, show me that love unconditionally. Make believe we're alone. Just you and me. Take the problems, leave them behind. Don't let it show. Go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go. I feel good when I'm wrapped up in your arms, dancing to a reggae song. Feel good, feel good. I feel good because your perfume is loud, that only I can talk about. Feel good, yes. Oh, what a night, yes. What a sweet, sweet night. Full of vibes. Oh, what a night. What a night, yes. Oh, what a night.
People,
Crazy.
Yo,
thanks for letting me jam.
Yo, man.
And listeners, it was just a jam. You'll never hear those things played again.
I was just about to say, man, I ain't hear none of that when we had you at Taco Daryl. I ain't hear none of this play.
No,
man.
this is where I'm going to get in trouble with the band. I didn't try to play the song. I tried to play to the song, with the song, soloist, which might not have been a lot of fun to listen to, and I really apologize if that's the case. But I just, I came to your house. I love it. This is a great place, and I just soloed.
Yo, listen, man, you invited anytime, man. Anytime, man.
That's
you
kind of
invited
you.
here, man.
It's very kind of you.
We want you to come down, man.
Yeah,
Right?
anytime. I wish I could fit the whole
I'm
band in here.
expensive, fellas.
Yeah, we can tell.
You need to ask Ignite.
We can tell, man.
Yeah,
We
rent
can
me
tell.
out, fellas.
If you ever got a free Friday night, though, man, you know where to find us
Well,
at, man.
I'm so busy sitting home and watching Senate subcommittee.
Understandable, yeah.
No,
That schedule is
I
crazy.
love playing with people, and it is my schedule is crazy. I do 5.5 hours in a wonderful company. Again, I'll call it out. Cobblestone Art Center down in Farmington. If you have a child of special needs, you should look into it. As long as we still have Medicaid. But anyway, it's a great place. So I do that all day. And then I'll take a break for about an hour and a half, which is not really a break. And then I'll go teach individual students for a couple hours.
Okay.
And then on some nights, I go to Ignite for, 3 hours.
For
maybe.
rehearsals, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I got
y'all
a busy
do intense
dance card,
rehearsals,
man.
yo.
If any girl wants to see me, they're going to have to wedge themselves
in between those hours?
Yes.
That
So
little,
it is
that
what
little
it is.
hour and a half break you got there. That's the time.
Kind of like we're gonna have late lunches.
I mean, you don't need
Real
need
sexy.
an
Yeah,
hour.
man, I don't really need an hour.
That's real
I
sexy.
don't even need an hour.
But I'll tell you what, I'd rather go to lunch with somebody who's really happy, and I'm very pleased and grateful that I have the chance to barely pay my rent by teaching people.
That's real,
being
man.
with people.
That's
I'm here for nothing. I'm here talking to these guys, playing saxophone, telling them the difference between, or the similarity between flute and saxophone. I'm not getting paid nothing, but the joy of being in the same room with you and hanging out there's no pay that quite works that. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Am I making sense?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are to the
I
fullest,
mean,
man.
it's just like you said earlier. That's how people communicate. Just watch and observe. And listen.
100%. Care. We
Care.
talked about it
Yeah,
earlier.
care.
I work in a company that takes care of disabled adults, and I do not speak for them right now. But philosophically, as a person, I think about, care is synonymous, right? They're the same. Giving a shit, right? I mean, let's take it down to its basic fundamentals, and paying a hell of a lot of attention. You throw all those together, and I think you make care. And
That means that you care.
Yeah,
You do those
100%.
things. That means that you care.
yeah, and you can't fix anything without really paying
Care.
attention,
Yeah, right.
giving a shit. And care, in terms of like the hospital style, the whole I care, I care for people and I help them pee or whatever, which is an amazing job. If anybody out there does it, Franny, you're amazing. The people who work with special needs and other people in general. The point is that there's this kind of care about it, which the reality is you're giving a shit and you're paying attention. The other point of it is that you're using your body to express yourself as one being to another, like we talked about earlier.
Little quick sidebar for you, man. Since you shouted out Franny real
Yes.
fast,
Oh my God.
is it her birthday coming up, or what is she celebrating?
Oh, shit. I'm a dude. I love Franny from the top of her head to the tips
You
of
said
her
you weren't
toes.
good with that though. You already
I
gave a
told you
disclaimer on that,
earlier,
yo. You gave that
I'm
disclaimer.
romantic and I'm terrible at birthday
The lead
cards.
singer.
Oh,
Francine.
Francine.
Francine, don't be offended if I call you
Franny.
Franny. At least I didn't call you Joan, darling, and I know you'll get a kick out of that.
Was that what we were talking about when you said that?
Francine.
Okay, that's what I saw. That's what you were talking
Francine
about.
is really an important part of this band to me, as is
Yes.
Steve, as is Chevy.
Now, is
Manny.
she celebrating her birthday, or is she? What did she say? I saw she's celebrating
It's
something.
her birthday. I think it's her birthday.
Is it her birthday? Okay. All right.
Listen, Ignite. I'm sorry. I can't remember. I apologize.
It's all good.
Think of all the things we've done.
I just saw, and I only noticed because I saw the flyer for something that she had going on. And she
So
was,
did I, but I've been so busy promoting upcoming gigs.
Bro,
by
you
the
double
way.
booked tomorrow, man. It's understandable.
Well, there's that too,
mean,
and making sure I hopefully get the show done to the satisfaction of myself, which is the highest bar, right? As a musician, satisfying yourself is the highest bar. And if you get a whole bunch of people to cheer at you, that's a nice high bar, right? And then if you get your band to respect you, that's another bar. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
so
all tied
my
in,
goal is to, I'm looking forward to a full day of music tomorrow. I really am. I'm looking forward to Juneteenth, MLK Park. I've got footage from the news. I'm so sorry, Jermaine, of my band Third Rail. Pretty sure it was Third Rail, which was with Uncle Roger, the old DJ from WCMF.
Okay.
Anyway, out there, any of you old timers, Uncle Roger was the bass player in my band called Third Rail, and we played at MLK Park when it was called Manhattan Square. And there's like some footage of that. Anyway,
Manhattan Square was like 2-3 years ago. It was like it might have been like 5 years ago, but it was
I don't know when
Square.
they changed. I honestly, and actually, I like the name.
I do too. Because Manhattan
problem.
Square really didn't make sense. I always wondered why it was called that.
Yeah, an erector set with no point.
Yeah,
and
it
they would
didn't
always
make
try
sense.
to revive those little shops down there in the like there'd be a shop, and it never ever worked.
It never worked
because it didn't make sense. If you had a subway,
that might have did it.
but they tore all that up.
If it had a
I
moles or
should
something
say
down there.
we tore all that up. Changed the city forever. Ended up turning the 19th ward into the 19th ward. It would not be what it is today. My parents would sit there and talk to me about how, we used to go to a bar near the library downtown. You know, what are they called? The dinosaur bar. You know, bar down in center town, and be able to walk down South Avenue and do bar hopping, kind of. They weren't those kind of people, but they would go have pictures and hang out with friends.
Right.
When they were kids, probably the 50s, whatever. I can't be accurate with that. Point is that you could walk from one place to another and not feel like you're in an industrial wasteland, which that highway, when they put it through 490, makes it real convenient. But boy, did that choke off a whole chunk of our city from life.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I highly recommend, if anybody's really inquisitive about this kind of thing, about how to make cities livable, there's an online essay, kind of like this. It's a video essay called Not Just Bikes, and I like it. He does praise Europe a lot because Europe knows how to build cities where you don't have to have a car to live, and and they seem very lovely to live in. And I've walked across enough
like
suburban, crazy 4-lane streets trying to get to the Burger King, taking my life into my own hands. And you know what people tend to do? They just get in their car and they drive 600 feet to get to the Burger King because it's safer.
It's crazy because there are places
That's
like
not
that.
living.
Like,
That's not living.
I know Boston. You could walk around all of Boston.
Yes.
It's built. It's literally made so that you can walk from one end of. And Boston isn't small either, but you can. It's built so you're able to walk anywhere in Boston.
Our best cities are amazing, and there are some small towns that are getting the point. That how about you put everything in one area, keep the cars out. Therefore, you don't need parking lots for every business.
That's why so many people park on the street too, though. A lot of people park on the street in different places like that.
You have to, and that's the thing, because you come in with your car. If there was another way to come in, think of all the real estate we would have for cultural stuff. School, and I know I sound like a communist. I'm sorry. I'm actually a humanist, and I like the idea that people make things great for other people. George Eastman felt that way. Okay, the Carnegies did, even though they were filthy rich and they did really stupid things. They also set up libraries all across this country. So there's ways that we can be American that are beneficial to each other. And if we can monopolize on our love for each other and the ability to desire a better outcome for everyone, we're going to make this freaking happen. It's going to happen anyway. Chevy said it to me last night. I called Chevy, our bass player, a dear friend of mine, the reason I'm in the band, really. Not the only reason. I would have probably bumped into, and I had bumped into these guys previously, but Chevy's my best friend. I've known him for 30-odd years. We were co-writers of music back in the 80s. And beyond in our own way. And I had been fired from a previous band. I got fired I got fired, fellas. So everything you hear me say tonight, please accept my humility. I have been fired, and I am not a perfect human being, and my logic could have been flawed or my words flawed, but not my heart. So I got fired, and I started teaching, and I started loving it. Oh my God, teaching's great. Chevy calls me up and goes, "You can't just teach, dude. You can't just teach," because he knows I love performance.
Oh, okay.
I love performance. I absolutely adore it. It's electrifying. It's amazing. It's dynamic. It's terrifying. Just like a roller coaster.
As always. So you ready again?
Yeah, man.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Sorry to put you to sleep, everybody.
No,
man.
You just, I know that George Eastman did all that other stuff in the library, so that's another gem.
Yeah, I know that.
I didn't know that. It's always a gem.
He made the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra. They're still surviving on money.
Look at that.
I didn't know about the Philharmonica. Bro, I've been here for 2 years. You was born here.
That's right. That's important, because that's my Ignite experience. Over. Still been playing forever. Chevy spent 10 years learning. Really? It's not an excuse. I should have done better. And I hope they're hearing it. No, I should have done better, and I mean it. I'll say it to their face. I could have done better getting up to speed quicker. It's a radical change.
And I feel like everything's a learning experience. Everything.
I must be that you, cause I'm so into you. You know what to do, and I'll die with you. Mountains protect this love, guided by stars above. It's in our blood, this must be love. Your love is electric, your love is electric. You make me so crazy, you make me feel sexy. Oh, 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 oh. E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C. Then you love me. E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C. Then you love me. Well, I never put nothing above you. Not even the cloud, cause you is a girl, me believe it. But me can't take a next bad feeling. No more dirty Diana, no more Billie Jean. Start out fresh, spring cleaning. Link up later this evening. See a thing named sexual healing. Me no want see no dictionary. Without you, life has no meaning. Me nah mess around, I mean it. Me don't want you, girl, I need it. Only I don't pass it. Ask me what, oh really? We combine to defeat it. See it, let me feel the feeling like steal it. What is that? So love is electric.
Broke it up in a silly big girl, you know me dance. Man, I go play in a game, them thing they slow me down. I plan to change the game, so baby, show me some. Woman, I grow me, so I go check your portfolio. Know me, then you know this on a regular. Alright, can't get out of my mind. Can't get out of my sight. Can't get over your body, move up and know you're mine. Hope you realize I'm a regular body, move up and know I'm nice. Hope you know you're a star. Hope you know your body, move up and know you're shine. Hope you know someone got you, move up and know so you got me. So baby, show me a sign. Show me up, show me love. Broke it up in a silly big girl, you know me dance. Man, I go play in a game, them thing they slow me down. I plan to change the game, so baby, show me some. Woman, I grow me, so I go check your portfolio. Know me, then you know this on a regular rodeo. And if me too dark, fear more Tony up. Me see you when in a day. Can't get out of my mind, can't get out of my mind. Can't get out of my sight, can't get over your body, move up and know you're mine. Hope you realize I'm a regular body, move up and know I'm nice. Hope you know you're a star, hope you know your body, move up and know you're shine. Hope you know someone got you, move up and know so you got me, so baby, show me a sign. More if you know if it real. Tell me if I love coming, I know it real. Tell me if me I pray too deep. Tattoo my name, tell me if you lose sleep. More if you know if it's still. Look at my heart, know if you know if it is. Tell me if it's only. Me say you wanna not there, baby. I'm the girl, I'm so midnight, my turning on monster. Believe me, baby, me no boy, me a phantom. You know my soul, me ever hunger. Ever see a big man throw one tantrum. Today I feel like cancer. You don't need nobody, me have the answer. Shiny blood, panic and shock. Find a way to me. Monsters need a feel. Would you bleed for me? I'll tell you all my secrets, but they don't believe. Baby, if you know some grim, I mean for real, it's an instinct. But if you ever try to go around my thing still, I promise you will be my next victim. Tell me a problem, then move fix it. Bring me a boyfriend here, move fix him. I'm on dark, I missed it. Our world, you know, see how we are live. Do you see blood in my eyes? Love comes with a price. Set your demons free at night. Tell me what is in your mind. Once you bleed, then you are mine. Tell me that it's fine. Once I'm invited in your life, there's no leaving me. Monsters need a feel. Would you bleed for me? Bleed, baby, bleed for me. I'll tell you all my secrets. Tell you everything, but there's